Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about something a lot more serious than I typically do on this channel. Um, so if you guys aren't into that, if you guys see the title and you're like, is this what this video is going to be about? Yes, it is. So if you didn't like stuff like that, just click out, it's fine. Yeah, so today, the world that we're in today feels so different. I mean, it's not different. I don't know how to make words. Words are hard. I've actually done videos about times that I've been discriminated against, like the big times I've been discriminated against when I was a teenager and also when I was in Japan. And so not doing this video kind of would feel weird. Of course, compared to, I'm going to acknowledge the elephant in the room. As a lighter skinned, half black person, I don't get discriminated against as much as some other people. That is privilege. This is like such a hard topic to talk about. It is privilege. And so I talked about it when the coronavirus was happening, starting, and people were discriminating against Asians. So yeah, this feels like a lot, like it needs to be its own video. So obviously I'm putting in its own videos where I'm sitting down, I'm talking to you guys. And so if you guys didn't know, if you guys have been living under a rock for some reason, recently an innocent black man was killed by the police. This isn't the first time, and we hope it's the last time, but it may not be the last time this has happened in America. It does happen quite a bit, and a lot of the times the police officers do get paid leave and they don't actually end up paying for their crimes, which suck. It's really sad, and and then this week I didn't realize how much education isn't being taught in like some school systems. Again, I'm sorry that I seem like really stuttery in this video. This might be like a really stuttery video just in general. Fun fact, I was born and raised in New York. I went to school in New York, in New York City, mainly in Brooklyn, and so we got taught Black history. We got taught a lot of things that I swore everyone else did too, but not everyone else does because it's different on curriculum. I've learned even if you live in like New Jersey, you don't get as much Black history as you do in New York, which I lived in a predominantly Black area. Makes sense to talk about Black history. But because a lot of people don't know, they don't understand how devastating this is. Like, for example, for my middle school senior trip, one of the places we went to, because it was like a weekend where we went to different places, we went to the Slave Museum. That was an actual thing that we did. So yeah, they really wanted us to be educated on our past and things like that. But it's not in everyone's curriculum, and so some people don't know how bad racism is, and like how it's so in our America, like how it's so part of the American system, which is nuts. But some people don't know that like America was built on racism and slavery and things like that, which again, nuts to me. But I think right now it's a time where we should stand up for it and just talk about Black lives. It's sad. Like, it's really sad. What's going on is really sad. But this isn't the first time, but we want this to be the last time. And I hope that this does change the world, and I hope that things do get better. I hope. And I think here's the thing. We don't know until something changes if things are going to change. As of right now, we don't know. And it's scary. But if you have any voice, I feel like I don't have much of a voice, but since I do YouTube, there are some people who listen to me, so here's that. I also do TikTok and stuff, so I've talked about it a bit on my TikTok. I was actually debating whether or not I should be able to talk about stuff like this, because I do, as fucked up as this is, I do benefit from certain privileges. Although I am half Black, I also do get light skin privilege, which some people don't believe colorism is a thing. It is. That is a discussion for a whole nother day, but yes, I've heard people tell me that like, I shouldn't talk about Black issues, especially because I did not grow up with a Black family. If you guys didn't know, my mom raised me, and she's Japanese, and that's why in some videos I've talked about how I do not feel Black, because I, though growing up in a predominantly Black area, grew up with Asian things, and I've had that whole like lunch debacle that people have, like the immigrants have, where people are like, what the fuck are you eating? So I understand that. So I don't know. Obviously, me talking about this, I don't feel as, I am outraged and I am sad about what is going on in the world. I hope that things get better. One thing that I do want to include in this, and I understand that protesting and riots need to happen in order for things to change, but please do not do that to small businesses or people's homes, because these people will be some of these people will be homeless. Some of these people, their whole life is connected to that small business, and they don't have the right insurances or things like that. So if you are going to loot and protest and do these things, please do it to companies who can bounce back. Like Wendy's is definitely going to bounce back. Like Target is going to bounce back. And I've also seen people stop the looting, which it's honestly, like, you should watch some of those videos. Things have come out, okay, and a lot of things have come out saying that a lot of the people starting fires and things like that aren't actually protesters, so just be aware of that. This isn't a tea video, this is just me discussing what is going on in the world, and it can be tough. Also, another reason why I feel like I should bring some light onto this subject is because I have talked about gay rights, because I am bisexual and I've talked about stuff like that, and talked about being Asian, so I might as well just talk about being Black too. So yes, I do deal with certain things. I don't know. This video is so like, I feel like this video is literally just me feeling the way I feel about the situation. I know that people are angry, and I am more hurt than I am angry. I don't know how to feel angry about this situation. I feel just, what the fuck? Like, this is, even though Breonna Taylor's situation happened, I actually looked it up, and there was only a few, like, I saw it on Twitter, and there was only a few reports about it, and I was so confused. I thought that, like, they were really trying not to make that known, and it's very sad. But Twitter coming in clutch, teaching us. Also, take this time, I feel like, to learn about history, whether it be just like watching the Martin Luther King movie that Disney did. It's better than nothing. Also, I've been learning a lot through TikTok, which you may not have thought that TikTok is a good source of learning about history, but it is, and it's working. I learned this week that the Stonewall riots happened because of 2 Black people. And if you guys don't know, the Stonewall riots are why we have gay pride every year in New York. Trans woman and a Black trans woman and a gay man. So riots and things like that, things do not change, and therefore the riots are necessary. It is just that you should not hurt your own people in doing it. That is kind of my thing. Tell me how you guys are feeling in this moment. Obviously, so basically, because I currently live in a smaller town, I've never really talked about this, but I live in a smaller town in New Jersey now, even though I grew up and was raised and stuff in New York, and we have this beautiful home, but it feels eerie because everything here is so quiet and so calm, and then you see, like, on Twitter, TikTok, anything, that the world's pretty much burning, and it feels so much like that. Like, I don't know if you guys know which ones I'm talking about, but there's a SpongeBob meme where it's like, yay, we did it, Patrick. And that's how it fucking feels. Like everything else is burning, but we're safe. And it's just such a weird feeling right now. Obviously, I have friends and people I care about that live in New York that are being affected by this right now. It is crazy. And I think here's the thing. People are getting more offended about the looting than they are the human rights. And that's part of the problem. And I can 100% say that. It is part. And so if you guys are looking for someone to be angry and upset, I am upset. But I'm not someone to be... I don't know. I don't know how to... especially with things like this, I think that it's so ingrained in us that racism is the thing, that when it does happen and when things like this are going on, it becomes very much, well, that's the way it is. And that's something that I personally don't like. For example, Asian culture is very predominant in that way. So yeah, also my camera's dying. I'm gonna go. This video's gonna help at all. I feel like I'm just rambling, but I will find the links to donate, and I'll link them down below. Hopefully, also I'm not gonna share this or put this on other places. I'm just gonna put this up on YouTube. Whoever sees it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know this isn't my regular video, but I hope you enjoy it anyway. I'll see you guys in the next one.